Okay, I'm gonna try to.
Huh?
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna try to do this without laughing, right from the get-go, and you just blew it. Good morning, good afternoon. Pardon me. This post in the afternoon. Here we go. Our weekly dose with my friend Lori and Deborah.
I just wanted to see just how long you'd last before you started laughing.
Thanks. Thank you. Well, and Tom started it, so.
Well, no, technically you started it.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay. I made the announcement that spring is here. And by this time next month, I'm going to be starting to put plants outside. And so Tom gave me a present. Spring is here. I don't know
The
if you
spring
can
is sprung.
see.
God is...
So now you have a fair idea what it's like to work here.
Yeah, well.
We're all nuts.
If 2 squirrels came in here, we would all be running for our lives because we would be dinner.
This is true. This is very true. Yes, yes.
I wonder why the
Okay.
squirrels hover around the outside of my house.
I've noticed that.
We don't eat nuts here. It's cannibalistic.
Okay, this one's going to be a funny one because Tom's sitting right there.
When my oldest was little, her nickname was Peanut. My aunt gave her the nickname of Peanut. So she was Peanut all the time. And then, so Karma bought her a box of chocolate-covered peanuts. And so Addie took them and she would put the peanut in her mouth, suck all the chocolate off, and then handed her back the slobbery peanuts. And Karma's like, why aren't you eating the peanuts? And she goes, well, I can't eat myself.
The things we do to children.
And Addie, seriously,
Oh.
to this day, she doesn't eat nuts or anything that has nuts in it. She just, so be careful what you nickname your children.
I have a friend who calls her daughter Peanut. Okay.
All right, so let's get the announcements out of the way because we got some fun stuff with Tom.
Yes, we do.
Valentine Valentine sale is happening right
Yes.
now. So 30% off Valentine themed fabric or basics in red and pink.
Yeah, that's basics.
Yes, the basics. The basics in red and pink, and then also some patterns. So we've got a couple cute ones. Quilt Smart, it's a memory one. It's got pictures of people in there. A couple of Kimberbell ones. One of my favorite ones that I love doing was the love notes.
Oh, yes.
That one
I've
is-
seen this
that
one.
one is a lot of fun to do.
It
So
is cool.
If you
Yes.
haven't done it, it's definitely one you want to do. There's so many different little
Oh, it's
things in
very, very cute.
It is like
Yes.
the little flippy thingy on the mailboxes goes up, and then there's zippers on that mailbox, and the typewriter. It's got the page.
Very,
It's cute.
very cute.
So,
yes.
and then Love is Patient.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So it's a little wall hanging that's got the little Love is Patient thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
Super. Well, it is supposed to be. If it's love, it's patient, it's kind. I'm just putting that out there. Okay. Sometimes we do need to hear it.
We need to be reminded. I'm tattooed on someone's head. If I tattooed on mine, I won't see it's all tattooed on all their heads.
All of them, so that just as your reminder. Yes, yes.
Pretty much. Class is coming up. I have my basket class, which is Friday.
Yep.
And so that one, if you've got clear blue tiles, we're going to learn a different way to kind of use those and
Yeah,
play
I'm
around
looking
with
forward
those.
to
So
that.
it's the fabric baskets. It's lined. It's folded over. It's got embroidery on
Very
it and
cute
very
again.
and quilted.
Yes.
So it's going to be lots of fun. So we've got a couple spots left in there. We've got the shopping bag next week. Again, clear blue tiles, pre-quilting.
Yes.
The shopping bag before you
a 2-day.
embroider. It's a 2-day. If you embroidery is the first day, so we do the pre-quilting and the embroidery work on it. Day 2 is sewing it all together. So if you don't have an embroidery machine,
Yep,
you can
just
join
do-
us for the second day and sew the bag together. So that's lots of fun. Kimberbell Club is next Thursday.
Yep.
It's the little cute little feet on the jar topper. We're going to look at so many different ways because it is for St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
But we're going to talk about how to change it up for some different themes and all that kind of stuff. So we got some good ideas and some fun stuff happening for Kimberbell Club. In person in the morning.
Yeah.
And if you're coming and in person, make sure you bring your show and tell. We love seeing what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
It gives us ideas, and yeah. And then evening is Zoom where you get me live.
I'll even be there this time.
You better be.
Not live. I'll be on the Zoom.
You're not going to be live?
I'm not going to be live. No, I'm not going to be there with you. I'm going to be at home.
But you're still going to be live, right? Because I don't want to have to be calling 911.
I'm not ready for anything else yet. So
okay, Easter tier tray. So that's at the end of the month. We've got a spot or two left with that. My brain's been thinking. Yeah. Okay, not quite as bad as the tutus for chickens.
Seriously, and you wonder.
I still think we should do tutus for the chickens. That'll save their lives.
No, I want to see you put the tutu on the chicken. Okay? Go ahead, make it. But I want to be there when you try to put it on.
I'll make Sam do it. That'll be fun.
No, you.
Hey, so we got the tier tray, which is really, really cute, and I love all the pieces, but I've been thinking on how to do it different, because I need to use the tray for like a weapon, because it's really heavy. Frying pans just don't do it anymore, because they're too loose and too thin. So this one's going to sit beside my door, so if anyone breaks in.
You can't weaponize sewing. I'm sorry.
Oh, too late.
Okay.
I'm actually going to take and turn mine into a wreath. So in the package, there are all these really beautiful...
I was thinking the tray. Go ahead, sorry.
Well, no. The tray is still going to be... But it's the wreath, so the stuff I'm doing with it. So I'm going to take and do the wreath. I'm going to use all the... There's like 3 or 4 different felt things, and we've got the new Timberbell felt.
Okay.
Look at the pretty colors.
You can turn this into poinsettias.
We could, but there's the lily and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to do that along the bottom, and then there's little bunnies and the carrots, and kind of set them on in the center for little,
Yeah. Do you decorate for Easter?
I do.
Okay.
I decorate for everything.
Oh, I just broke it.
It's okay. And then look at these stinking cute little basket. Isn't it cute? These would make so cute for just fill it with a few mini eggs.
Yeah.
If there's
they
any
would last a long time in there, right?
It's supposed to be fall when the leaves fall off, not spring.
I broke it.
You did. Little gifts for your little neighbors or your friends. You can just put a few things like that, or else this one. It'd be great for little tiny treats, and
Absolutely.
make a ton of these. These ones are, so super. So mine's not going to get finished off as the tray, because I have a feeling my daughter's stealing my tray.
Have you showed them the tray?
Well, yeah, we've shown them the tray. Isn't it beautiful? And it's solid.
That thing is heavy.
I have
There's some
tighten that.
Yeah,
a
you
little bit.
cannot use that.
This time New England looks like it was built by the same engineers that built Pisa.
It did. Okay. I was half asleep, and it just needs to be tightened. And wait, this won't let me tighten it.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Yeah. So we've got that coming up. So if you haven't, and the tray idea is not something that you would do, because actually, let's face it, at my house, it wouldn't last at my house either, because I have nowhere to put it, because I have a nice place that's set for stuff, but people clear off the table and put it there. Even on my island, someone clear off the table, I'm going to be making dinner. So they clear off the table and put it on the island where I'm about to cook dinner. Doesn't cost a lot.
No, that's not.
So the tray doesn't work in my house, but this wreath and all the pieces and everything else like that. So
Cool.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. So we have a special guest today.
Yes, we do. As we told you. Sitting right there. Oh, yeah, Tom is so shy. He caught me on that once. He really did. But okay, not again.
All right, he's going to show us. He got a new toy.
Yes, he did.
All right, so I'm going to flip this around.
Hello, everybody.
All right, I'm going to...
We're working on needles today. So everybody knows that a needle is important, right? You gotta have certain specs to your needle, and you gotta thread them just right. And when I describe this to people and I tell them, they're squinting and they're trying to see my size 14 needle. So I got bigger needle, right? Monster needle. This is an industrial needle. This is an actual needle for an industrial machine. It has everything except for it has the round back for it. Well, I got a new toy the other day. I got myself a size 16 needle in ginormous format. See, it's a Smets size 100/16. Okay, so now we can see the different components of the needle up close and in visual. First thing to know about the needle is, I guess Smets is written this way for you. Okay, so the 100, that is a metric sizing, and that means 1 millimeter. So this is to scale, okay, for you. So this is not actually a millimeter, but when they talk about the size, they're talking about this part of the needle. So on a size 100/16 needle, this section here is 1 millimeter thick, okay. On a size 90 needle, okay, there's a big difference between our size 90 and our size 100. Okay, that same part of the needle is 0.9 millimeters thick. So that's what the sizing means on there. Anyway, the most important part we have for our household needles is we have a flat back, okay? And it's called a flat back for 2 reasons. 1, it's the back of the needle, and 2, it faces the back of the machine when we're sewing it, in almost all cases, okay? There are a few exceptions, which we won't worry about. The front of the needle has a nice long groove down here, okay? And this is important for the thread to be in when we're sewing. As we rotate back to the back again, this section right above the eye is called the scarf, okay? And you can see how it's carved out from the needle, and that's where the hook passes through our needle, okay? And then there's the eye of the needle, the back and the front of the needle. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you with some nice small thread, okay? I'm going to thread this needle, get my glasses on so I can get through the eye of that needle because it's very hard to see, okay? And I'm going to show you what's happening when we're stitching on our fabric, okay? So when we're going through our fabric, okay, you see there my needle has gone through, okay. The front of the needle is what's facing directly up. So when the needle goes down, it takes the thread in and then it comes up 2.5 millimeters, okay, and that's the point where the hook then passes behind the needle, picking up the thread. And you see when it comes up, because we have that long groove on the front, there's no friction on the thread, so it goes back up like it's supposed to and stays smooth. But the back part, where there is no groove, that's friction tight against the fabric that we're pushing through, and so it stays down below, forming that loop. So you see we go down and we come up, it forms a loop. Now Lori, if I can borrow your finger for a sec, when it comes up, Lori's finger is going to be our hook, okay, it comes up and the hook passes through the loop, okay, and then it gets wrapped around our bobbin case and pulls up, okay. Now, you've probably heard you need to change your needles on a regular basis, every 6 to 8 hours of sewing time. What happens is the needle tip dulls, okay, because there's a lot of friction when you go through and you come out, okay. You can hear it going through our fabric there and coming out. They make the needle a little dull so that nobody hurts themselves too much, so that's why I have to force it to go through. Okay, but now when you're
But the reality is as you use in your needle, that will happen in needles.
It will happen. It'll start making that sound, and that means it's dull too. Then at that point, that's right. Okay, and so when it's dull, so you see here I've got a line of stitching coming up. When it's dull and it comes out, then what happens is going through the different layers before it gets in, it deflects off to the side, so it's no longer in a straight line. Okay, and then when your hook passes, it's passing in the center area, and your needle might have deflected over this far. So even though it's still forming that nice loop for us, okay, the hook is in a totally different area from where our needle has been bent to. And at that point, it could be bending into your hook, it could be bending into your needle plate, it could be bending into empty air and just completely missing anything, and that's why you get skip stitches or broken needles, okay? But I thought this would be great fun for you to see that there is actually a reason that we have that groove on the front, okay, of our needle and the way the scarf works in relation with the hook, and why the needle actually comes up a little bit before the hook passes to pick up. So it forms that loop for us. Now you've learned a bit about needles, and this needle will never be used in your sewing, even if you have a long arm quilter. So.
Dang it! I was going to take it home and put it in my machine.
You were.
Well, yeah, because that was so much easier to thread than.
Well, there's that. Yes.
All right, thanks, Tom.
See you later.
That was cool.
I gotta go.
Informative. Thank you.
Yeah.
I've never seen the part about it creating the loop.
No.
Like I've watched videos where, you know, it's showing the needle going down and the hook turning, but I've never seen that.
That-
the loop.
yeah, so-
I've never seen that before. So,
But that makes sense. I mean,
well, it's got to catch it somehow.
Yeah,
but
it does. But you just see how it, you know, something very simple, just a little
Yeah.
flatter piece and the little hook and the little scarf in case it's chilly. You know, they all play a part to create that and
perfect stitch.
That perfect stitch. And when one little thing is off,
Yeah.
you know, like you said, you get the skipped stitches.
Yeah.
You get the broken needle because
I didn't know the needle pops down in it just slightly off center either. I didn't know that.
Yeah, when it's
Once it
dull.
starts getting dull. Yeah.
So, the other thing would be with a little bit. So if your needle is bent a little
Yeah.
bit,
Mhm.
that wouldn't necessarily
Exactly.
work. And so,
This all helps. It also makes you help understand why it's important. Good thread. Change your needle. Good needles. These are inexpensive ways of making sure your machine stays in relatively good condition
Well,
till its next.
yes,
step.
because I mean, just with the needle. So like every 6 to 8 hours, and when in doubt, change your needle. Like really.
Yes.
What,
always
a
start-
package of
yeah.
needles of 5 is like what, $6-7? I mean, depending
Depends on the
I
needle,
mean,
but
depend on
yeah,
the needle,
you're-
but your ballpark is there, even at $10. Like so, there's $2 a needle. Even if you were spending $3 a needle, so you throw in the $3 needle because you're in doubt or whatever, but you keep pushing that needle, and then it breaks. And it throws off your timing, and then you're coming in for a service.
Yeah, and you're looking at anywhere from 80 up until, depending upon the machine, could be
Yeah.
$250.
So, well,
for
okay, let's
service.
do some quick math. Okay, let's see if it's a math thing.
No.
It's not a math thing. All right, let's calculator, because it really isn't a math thing. So let's say roughly a service on a basic machine.
A basic 15 stitches or less is $79.95.
Okay, so $79.95. Okay, and let's just be very generous with it being an expensive needle at $3.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you divide that. So you can change your needle 26 times before you spend how much you would on a
If you-
basic service.
If you throw your timing out.
if you throw your timing off.
Simply
right?
because you didn't change your needle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, economy right now, you know, people are looking to saving money, buy the needles.
Exactly.
Change that needle. You know, a good rule of thumb is, you know, at the beginning of a new project. I mean, if you're doing a huge quilt, of course, it's going to take you longer than 6 hours. But just change it out.
Exactly. Yeah,
It
I just have
doesn't hurt.
packets of needles
Yeah, I do.
beside the machines just to make sure that they're getting changed regularly and they're sharp, they're doing what they need to do so that I don't, because I tried to skimp on something as cheap as $3, have to take my machine. Nothing bugs me. I would take it in when it wasn't scheduled, you know, like I.
Yes,
same
you
day-
still need your regular maintenance, but
exactly.
regular maintenance is different than taking
Repairing.
And I mean, if you think about it, if you don't change your needle and you like use the same needle over and you're bringing your machine in because you're throwing out your timing once a month, like just imagine how expensive that is getting.
No.
So, anyways, change your needle. Now we know how they work and all
Exactly.
that fun stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, Tom's an expert on needles. He can talk
Absolutely.
forever.
Yeah.
All right, guess what happened in the last couple of weeks?
What happened?
We got some new pre-fabric.
Yes, we did.
We did.
As you can see.
So
Our best.
behind us is the stuff that just came yesterday. So I'm going to show you a couple of my favorites on that because, yeah, it hasn't been put out on the shelf
No.
yet.
No.
So we've got lots of basics that came in. Like look at the polka
That is
dot
very
stuff.
cute,
Like
yeah.
some really cute polka dot, like some purpley polka dots, some greens, some pinks. Lots of polka dots, and then some here. But look, if you're into a little wine, we've got some themed
Yep.
fabric, the wine. look at the pretty flowers.
Those are lovely.
They are. This one here is really, really nice. But you gotta see these. This is a couple of my favorites. I haven't even been taken out of the package yet. Look, it's got polar bears and the little seals and the penguins.
Those little trees in an igloo. Oh my goodness.
The little hedgehog in shorts. And then the bunny and the squirrel.
Very cute.
The
Very
bunny
cute.
and
Yes.
ballerina. So we've got some really cute stuff. And if you're into elephants, we've got some of this stuff here. I should like unwrap it and like drive very crazy.
No.
Done all that stuff. Look at this one. This would make an adorable little like a quilt for a little boy.
Either that or the fabric baskets for a garbage container in a kid's room.
Sure. Uh-huh.
No?
Well, I don't know if I see. The intention would be garbage, but it still probably wouldn't use it for
They would put toys in it.
So
what?
toy basket or whatever.
Yes.
But this one is so cute.
Yeah.
So this is some of the new stuff. But you. Oh, and then there's the red poppies over there. And then that.
Ooh, I like the top one.
You like the top one?
Yeah, I do. I do.
All right, you gotta see this one. Woo! Isn't it pretty?
That is lovely.
That one is pretty.
Pretty.
But you gotta come see. So
Yeah.
there is some new stuff. So I'm gonna flip this around. We're gonna take a walk up to. Try not to trip over my chair. We are gonna take a walk up to. Look, we're all stocked back up in machines again. All right. So we've got some new stuff. All right. I don't know if this is new stuff. I think it is.
Relatively, yeah.
Yes, but look. It is newer. But like if you've seen my bag, this is the stuff I use for my bag.
Yes.
This stuff, I love it. And as soon as I bought some of it, I know, isn't it pretty? As soon as I bought some of it, I used it, and now I don't have any more. So I gotta buy more today. Look at these ones. Isn't this pretty? This one I used on my wall hanging. The Xander Shaw one, that was the one that I used on that one.
Okay.
Yes, isn't it pretty? You gotta see these ones. Okay, so, there's some of the Valentine fabric.
Yes.
Isn't it pretty? I love some of this stuff, like the hearts. Family's not having dinner this month. Okay, if you're into cats, look. Isn't it pretty? But this stuff here, look at this stuff. Isn't this gorgeous? Like, look at these butterflies. And this is all coordinating.
And more watermelon fabric.
Oh, yes, definitely have watermelon. And then, like the blues and yellows. I love that color coordination. The blue
and yellow, it does go well together.
Well, that
yeah.
shade of blue. And I attempted in one of my houses to paint my basement and the family room in those, and I had the lamp shades in that and everything. Yeah, my kids didn't like it, but that's okay. Since when do we do things?
There you go.
Sunflowers and our little retro hippie stuff. I like the retro hippie stuff, but look, see, isn't this pretty? Is it talking to you?
Not yet. This did.
Oh, okay, but this.
The watermelon. No, not that.
Deborah, buy
No,
me.
it's not saying that.
Well, it's certainly saying it to me. So
The coffee stuff. Yes, this is talking to me. This whole line of coffee, and the watermelon.
look. I didn't know we have chess stuff. See,
Yes,
that just must
we
have just
do.
come in because I didn't know. And see, grandson is into chess big
Oh.
time. It was Ramon's dad's thing, and Macy's into chess. She likes playing with me, but she waits until I'm like super tired, so I can't
yeah.
think. So then she can
She
win.
can win.
Yes, cheats me, cheater. So we got some really cool new fabric. So
Yes.
come on in. I'm gonna flip
Check it
this
out.
around. There's us. Get over here, and then that. So, yeah. So this is some new stuff that's come
we
in.
got some new stuff. So check it out. Come on in. or just check out the website.
Yeah, but
Coming in
it's much better, 'cause then you
for
can-
the fabric.
then you can grope it.
Or not. No one says you have to.
Yeah, but when you feel how good
Oh, yes.
and the
This is
quality
true, yeah.
and
Yes.
yeah.
All
right.
Very good quality.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna say goodbye now, so I can
That's
be
it
left
for today.
I can be left
we're
alone.
gonna leave her alone with the fabric now for a while. Okay.
And there might not be anything left by the time I'm done.
So get in here quick.
All right.
Okay.
We'll
bye.
see you guys next week.